we set unrealistic goals for ourselves and then we keep failing, we can get into a loop of failure and it can bring us into some sort of like midlife crisis. You feel like you're a failure. You suburban housewife syndrome, where she let go of her goals, she let go of her career to follow her husband and to help him build his career and to raise his kids. It's important to know that parenting is not the only vocation that you should dedicate your life to. Hey guys, welcome back to yet another YouTube video where we talk about different things. This channel is mainly focused on financial freedom, things to do with money, financial literacy, saving, budgeting, investing, and all that. But I also talk about things to do with being an international student in Australia. So if those are some of the things that interest you, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification button so you don't miss another episode. Today we are continuing with the series of the human life cycle, and we'll just be talking about maturing years and intermediate adulthood. Maturing years are 20 to 30. Main challenge that face people here is one's development for their capacity for intimacy. Remember, intimacy is not just sexual contact. Intimacy is things to do with being open, being able to share, being empathetic, being vulnerable. So yeah, this is the age where people are seeking to develop intimate. They've already developed it in their earlier years, but this is the stage where it's clear whether someone developed it or not, because this is the age where most of the people are looking to like get married and get kids. It's also a stage where people experiment with their roles in society based on their gender. If you're a woman, you now start doing womanly things. If you're a man, you start doing manly things, and you continue to develop your identity. This is also a time of creativity and productivity. This is a time of studying. This is a time for going for your dreams. This is a time to like develop your career. This is a time to make connections. This is a time where you learn about yourself. This is also the stage where your childhood traumas usually come up. If you were raised in an insecure environment, you are more likely to touch like that in your relationships. If you are raised in a good environment, it will be like reflected in your relationships. So this is also the stage where people start working on themselves, people know themselves, people are conscious of their decisions and even the consequences. This is a stage where people are observing their habits and correcting them and even wanting to do better, because sometimes we adopt the habits that we don't like in our parents, but then we end up becoming those people. So it's a stage of introspection, looking at your habits, changing, going to therapy, healing your childhood traumas. Because if you don't heal your childhood traumas, you're more likely to repeat them. You're going to attract a partner based on your traumas, and you're going to replay the scene. It's going to be a generational trauma. So this is a stage of going for your dreams, being free, being independent. Like, you are really developing your personality here. It's deepening. As much as this stage may be made up of parenting, even though nowadays people are pushing it to like 30s, it's important to know that parenting is not the only vocation that you should dedicate your life to. There's other things, there's vocations, there's your talent, your gifts. You cultivate those, your networks, your career. This is also the stage where we have learned to set realistic goals and accept failures. Like, we are not heartbroken. We don't want to kill ourselves when something doesn't go as planned. This is a stage where we are been used to some sort of level of heartbreak. So you're like, the things that don't go your way or the things that challenge you, they don't really knock you over unless it's something like very big. So yeah, that's an interesting stage, and I know I've really condensed it because there's a lot that happens in your 20s. The next one is intermediate adulthood, which is 30 to 40 years, and this is usually a very also precarious stage because most people get like a midlife crisis at this stage, and it's usually a time of transition, and it's also a time that you feel that change is imperative. Like, you feel like if you don't change right now, if you don't change now, I don't think you'll ever be possible to change. That's why even I had somewhere that even your traumas that you didn't heal from, they hit you more deeply. They knock you off more deeply when you're in your 30s. So yeah, you feel like change is imperative, change must happen, and you go through a reassessment of goals, commitments, and relationships. It's like a stage even where now you have fully developed, you're making decisions based on your brain, like you're making better decisions as compared to previous years. And also, there is a stage where most marriages become strained because women realize that they have fallen into the category of the suburban housewife syndrome, where she let go of her goals, she let go of her career to follow her husband and to help him build his career and to raise his kids. So most women, when they reach 30 and they have done that in their past, they start to feel, no, I need to cultivate my own personality, I need to cultivate my own goals, I need to start going for my career and my hobbies and interests. So that's why some marriages become strained in this stage. And also, there's constant internal unease. There's constant internal turmoil, deep confusion, and the struggle within oneself and your environment. You start to question, did I make the right decisions when I was 20? Did I like get married to the right partner? Is this the right person for like my kids? Did I give up on my career? You go through a stage of turmoil, and most of the people are in this age, they're just struggling to find their niche in society. You deepen your career, you deepen your vocations, you change careers, and you even seek to be more autonomous, even seek to be more free from your peers and your mentors in your career. Yani, you become your own person, you can run your own business, you can make decisions without your hand being held. In this stage, attainment of goals and skills usually bring deep satisfaction. That's why you find most people really want to further their careers in this age, because it gives you a sort of satisfaction, freedom, and even self-reliance. And even your self-esteem goes deeper. And this is the age where you realize that with more knowledge, your self-awareness keeps expanding. And also it can be an age where they are hellish years, especially if we set unrealistic goals for ourselves and then we keep failing. We can get into a loop of failure, and it can bring us into some sort of like midlife crisis. You feel like you're a failure, you feel like you're 30, you feel like your time is running out and you haven't figured your stuff out. So if we become too obsessed with gaining physical and material and hierarchical and job titles and neglect goals that would promote our growth as persons, upcoming years might be filled with emptiness. So what this means, guys, is basically don't just be obsessed with getting the big cars, the big house, the most beautiful wife, the most handsome husband. Don't be just focused on accolades and you're not going inward. Remember, we talked about going inward, like what nurtures your soul. Are you happy? Are you okay? Are you hurt? Are you facing your struggles? Are you expressing yourself? Are you a true person, or are you just obsessed with goals? Because as we will see in the upcoming years, material things start to become superficial. You're no longer impressed by material things because you've already seen all that, and now you start wondering like, what should I do to make me happy? And the things that make you happy are the things that nurture your soul, so focus more on doing that. So guys, I'll cut this video here. If you enjoyed it, definitely subscribe, comment, share. Give me your thoughts in the comment section, and yeah, let's continue in the next episode where we'll be talking about mid adulthood, which is like 40 to 50 years. This is also like a very precarious time, like the adolescence. So yeah, let's get right into it on the next video. See you.